Hello. Time for reveal. This bag has a story. I've been inundated and blown away by the amazing response to the sew-alongs that we've been doing over the last year, to the amazing response to my patterns. People that have never made bags before are jumping in and having a go, and I can't tell you how delighted I've been to see some of the work that people have been doing. However, it became quite clear to me, and has been over the last sort of 5 or 6 months perhaps, that there is a sad lack of patterns, I think, or certainly I don't have a pattern that's designed specifically for new bag makers. So with this in mind, I decided that that's what I needed to do. However, as with all things, I'm not very good at just leaving something. An idea comes into my head and I think, yeah, that will work. And then I start playing with it. So what we've ended up with is effectively 2 patterns. And the patterns are it's designed for new bag makers. So the pattern is called Halo, and there are 2 parts. The first part is Halo First Steps, and that part is designed for new bag makers. Now, I thought it would be a really clever idea, given that this is designed for new bag makers, to invite some brand new bag makers to test the pattern. Wasn't quite sure how that would work. I've taken half a dozen of my regular ladies that test with me as well, because not only do you get the first part, which is the first Halo First Steps, there is a supplementary pattern that is called Halo Step Up, which is basically a way of taking your First Steps pattern and making it a much more elaborate pattern. The sew-along will include both. There is also a supplementary design that will be added into the sew-along, because I also add something extra. But without further ado, I'm going to show you Halo First Steps. So this is the very basic version of Halo, and this was my first sample. Now, you'll forgive me because the strap is not one that I made. It's one that I've pinched from a ready-made bag, because it was just a sample. And here is Halo. She's a very, very simple but stylish little bag. She's structured. She's approximately 10 by 10. She's, let me just, 2 3/4 in width. And she has this unusual cutout at both sides, like a couple of circles, hence the halo. Inside she has a double slip pocket and a zipper pocket. This one actually doesn't have either of those because this was my first sample, and you'll laugh, but this was actually made from a pillowcase. I actually bought a couple of pillowcases from eBay, and just to prove that I'm telling the absolute truth, here's the second pillowcase, and I used the back of the pillowcase for the lining for this bag. So literally she's made from a pillowcase. I have actually free motion quilted this one. You probably can't see that, I don't think, or you might be able to give a bit of definition to the castle. But this pattern really lends itself to a bold print or a vibrant print. She's made entirely in fabric in this case. I mean, obviously this is a faux leather strap, but this is one that I've pinched from elsewhere. But the pattern shows you how to make a fabric strap. She's minimal hardware, so there's a couple of D-rings, a couple of swivel clips, a zipper end, but I'll show you how to do at the end of a zipper without any zipper end if you don't want to use one. 2 zippers, just one on the top and one inside. And she's just really, really sweet because she just lends herself to a cool print. So that was my first sample. After I'd made that one, I decided to go to actually do one making the entire thing, which this is my second sample using this wicked fabric, and you can see the halo bits much better on this one because of the colour of the lining. Again, inside she has a slip pocket, a double slip pocket, so there's two slip pockets in there, and a zipper pocket, secured with a zipper, adjustable strap, great little crossbody, hip sized to sit on your hip. And this is the basic halo design, done all in fabric. Obviously this is some fabulous, outstandingly beautiful fabric. There's nothing on the outside other than the fabric. Now the step up, start with, can we make that one in faux leather? Of course we can. I decided I was going to quilt this, so I've quilted my faux leather, but to make it in faux leather you need also, if you want to do, you need the supplementary pattern. So you need the step up pattern, because the step up pattern has a different strap connector. It also shows you how to create the triple overlay pocket. So that's actually got 3 layers of overlay on the pocket. So I've taken this part and this part from the step up pattern, added some quilting, and this is still the first steps pattern but with a few additional sort of bits that I've added on from the step up pattern. Now what else does the step up pattern hold? The step up pattern holds the Super Fandango strap connectors, but it also holds this. This is a weave, it's not a weave design, it's a weave design with cut work and reverse applique. Now many of you that have been with me for the last year will have done reverse applique, you might have done weaving, you've probably done some cut work, but you won't have done all 3 together, and that's what this is. Now I think you can see it looks a lot more complicated than it is, I promise you. I wouldn't steer you wrong. So this is the step up weave design. There is another design which I'm not going to show you, but it will be part of the sew along. I haven't added the pockets onto this one because I decided I didn't want to. She's plain and simple, and it's all about this weave design. Now this weave design can be done across the bag, which means that you've got this sort of gap at the top where you can pop a tag or whatever, or the weave design can be done top to bottom, which means that your weave design finishes just below your zipper. Again, we've got the, I haven't put the rivet in there properly. We've got the strap connectors. On this one, I've also got the pocket and what have you on the back. And that, why haven't I? Oh, I haven't even fastened that. I've literally just put it on, but I haven't actually stamped it in. Not very good, am I? I will do that when I finish the video. So this is the step up. This is the step up with all of the additional bits that you will get with your step up pattern. So you have your weave and cut work, you have your fancy strap connectors, you have your triple overlay pocket. I've also added my branding tags on as triple overlay because I just think it looks cool. So those are the parts that you'll get with your step up pattern. Now when the bag goes on sale, when the pattern goes on sale, you'll be able to buy either the step up or the step up, you'll be able to buy either the first steps on its own, which will be just the basic bag without any additional pockets or anything like that. It'll just have the slip pocket and zipper pocket inside, or you will be able to buy the first steps with the step up supplement. Sew along will be starting on I believe the 11th of January is the date that I've set, but I will double check that, and will be £8.50. When the patterns go on sale, they will be actually £9.50 for the 2 patterns. You will also get the supplementary design that I've created for the front of the bag. It's another cut work and weaving design, but it's different from the one that we've got. And that is Halo. I think she's absolutely brilliant. My wonderful test team they are doing some amazing bags. My ladies that I took in, who were literally first time bag makers, some of them have never made a bag before, have blown it out of the water. The one thing I will say with this is the first steps pattern is really quick. So if you're a bag maker who sells, it's perfect for that because it's just really quick to make. I mean, I think once you've done one or two and you kind of get the process in your head, I think you can make them in about 3 hours. So there are lots and lots of options. You can use foam, you can use fusible fleece. So it depends on if you feel that you want a really structured bag or a softer bodied bag. If you make in faux leather, you can actually get away without either. If you add the weaving design, then you can get away without having anything in the front. You might want something in the back. It will be very much up to you. As with all of my patterns and all of my sew-alongs, there are loads and loads of choices, and I'll take you through all of those. I love her, absolutely love her. I've been carrying around the one with the peacocks on for the last sort of 10 days or so, because I like to try and carry them so that I know that they work. And so many people have said, "Oh, love your handbag. Where did you get that from?" Which has been really cool. It's quite nice when people see you and say things like that. You just think, and then you can say, "I made it," and you get lots of that. "Oh, aren't you clever?" Oh. I think we all like getting a little bit of feedback from just people that don't know you, and that is really special. So I really love Halo. I hope you will love her as much as I do. I will set up the group and I will get a post up in the waiting room with the details of how to join. As always, everybody in the waiting room will get 24 hours head start. As always, there will only be 200 people going with us. And we will start, I think it's the 11th of January. I will confirm that though, because off the top of my head, I didn't write it down. So that gives us time to get everything sorted out, buy any supplies you need to buy. I've arranged with a UK supplier who is willing to do packs of interfacing for you. So if you're a new bag maker and you don't have a big supply of interfacings, he's willing to do 1 metre of woven fusible interfacing and 1/2 metre of either fusible fleece or Styleville foam. And those packs will be £10 plus postage. But that's enough to make Halo and have a little bit left over. Not a vast amount left over, I have to say, but that will give you your basic stabiliser pack. As always, Michelle over at Bags of Difference Bonkers Bling will be doing, she'll do packs of the hardware. There's not a vast amount of hardware, and for a lot of you that are experienced bag makers, it's stuff that you'll have anyway. It's all 1-inch hardware, and actually you could even do 3/4 inch if you didn't have 1 inch. It's not a big drama. So yeah, so that gives you the opportunity to go and buy what you need from not necessarily from one place, but from 2 places. And it's great to support local British businesses, because I know a lot of you are in America or other countries, and I'm sorry, but I don't think that we can offer those people that same kind of benefit. But I'm trying to make it as easy as I can for those that are in the UK, because that's where I am. So that's Halo. And it's gotten really dark here all of a sudden. I think it's going to snow again. I just love her. This is my favourite bag to date. This design on the front just blows me away. It looks really, really complicated, but I promise you it really isn't complicated. What you will need is a very sharp craft knife and patience. The templates for all of these are included in the pattern. As with every pattern, you get everything you need. With the sew along, you will have videos for every single step, plus extra content. The one thing I will say is that I've slightly changed the format of the patterns this time around, because this is a new series. This is the First Step series, and I plan on doing perhaps 6 First Steps patterns, where you have a basic pattern for the new bag maker and a supplementary pattern for those who are more experienced. So it'll be another decorative technique or something extra to add to your First Steps pattern. But I've changed the format of the patterns. They're slightly simpler. Each picture is numbered. Each numbered picture has a description with it, so you can see the description goes with the picture. Feedback from the newer bag makers that I had in my have had in my test group, just saying, you know, that they find it easier if they've got instructions next to the picture, so they know which instructions go with which picture. So I've changed the format of my patterns a little bit. I've taken away all of those borders that a lot of people don't like because they don't like to print them out. So it's a much more simplified, pared down pattern, but it still contains all of the information you need, loads and loads of hints and tips. And I just love it. I just absolutely love it, and I hope you will too.